Hi class! How are you today? The long vacation is over. How did you spend your vacation? What did you do during that time? Well, maybe some of you helped your father and mother by doing household chores, while some of you worked to earn money for your family, and others are just relaxing and playing with your playmates or played with your siblings. Do you want to play with me? Gusto niyo bang makipaglaro sa akin? This is just a simple and even the young children know this. May ipapahula lang naman ako sa inyo. Well, alam ko kaya ninyong hulaan ito dahil ito ay pambata naman. Basahin natin ang 10 statements at sagutin natin kahit sa isang malinis na papel lamang. I have here 10 statements. Read this carefully and try to write it down your answer. Choose the word that best complete each statement. Bark is to dog as meow is to blank. So yung tahol. Ang tahol ay para sa aso at ang meow ay para saan? Bird, cat, or pig? Yes, it's a cat. Number 2. Banana is to yellow. So, what is the color of banana? Ano ang kulay ng saging? Di ba't yellow? As makopa is to blank. Ano naman ang kulay ng makopa? What is the color of makopa? Is it blue, orange, or red? Have you seen a makopa? It's a delicious fruit. So the color of makopa is color red. Number 3, ear is to hear. Ang tenga daw ay para sa pakinig as tongue is to blank. Ano ang tongue sa Tagalog? Tongue is dila. Ang dila ay para saan? Sight, smell, taste. Yes, it's taste. Next, number 4, mango is a fruit. Ito yung mangga. As rose is a blank. Ano tong rose? Ano ba tong rose? Flower ba siya? Spicy or vegetable? Yes, it's a flower. Okay, number 5, school is to students. Ang paaralan daw ay para sa mga mag-aaral. As hospital is to blank. At ang hospital naman daw ay para kanino? Sa patients, priest, vendors. Yes, patients, para sa mga pasyente. Number 6, ano ang hammer? Hammer sa Tagalog ay martilyo. Ano naman ang nail? Ang Tagalog nito ay pako. Ang martilyo ay para sa pako. Hammer is to nail. As to comb, ano ang Tagalog ng comb? Comb ay suklay. Para saan naman daw yung suklay? Sa feet, hair, or hands? Alam nga naman susuklayin niya ng paa, di ba? So, alam nga naman susuklayin sa kamay. So, ito ay para sa buhok or hair. Number 7, hot is to oven. Ang mainit ay para sa oven. O nakakita na ba kayo ng oven? As to cold, yung malamig daw ay para saan? Karaoke ba? Refrigerator? O TV? Yes, refrigerator. So, sinasaksak din yan sa kuryente at kapag binuksan mo ito, ito ay malamig. So, ang sagot nun ay refrigerator. Number 8, scrub is to wash. Ano yung scrub? Kapag ikaw ay naglilinis ng damit, ini-scrub mo siya, hinuhugasan mo siya. So, ang pag-i-scrub daw, scrub is to wash. As to sob, ano naman yung sob? Ang Tagalog ng sob ay hikbi. So, saan ito? Ano ang sagot nito? Is it cry, sad, or tease? Yes, cry. Humihikbi. Number 9, screen is to blank. O, anong sagot nun? Ang screen is to blank, as to lens is to camera. So, yung lens, di ba ang camera merong lens? Okay? Saan naman yung screen? Sa computer? Sa cord ba? O sa keyboard? Alangan naman sa cord. Alangan naman sa keyboard. So, ang sagot ay yes, computer. And number 10, blank is to wrist. As to belt is to waist. Ang wrist ay yung dito sa may pulso ng kamay. Yung belt, ito yung sinturon. Ang waist, ito yung baywang. So, ang belt, inilalagay sa baywang. Ano naman ang nilalagay dito sa pulso, sa wrist? So, ang nilalagay doon ay, yes, it's bracelet. O, diba? Ang dali lang, ano? So, simpleng-simple. This time, I want to discuss with you about the analogy to show relationships of words from the MELC 2020-2021. Supply other words or expressions that complete an analogy. This is English 7, Quarter 1, Module 1, Week 1. We have two objectives in this lesson. Number 1 is define analogy, and number 2 is determine the relationship of a given set of words in analogy. So the activity that we did earlier is about the analogy. Now, analogy, according to Barbacena, is a powerful tool which challenges and encourages you to think critically. It is a strong device used to show connections and comparisons between unlike things which highlight how they are alike. So, in oral language development lays the foundation for the skills in reading and writing. These skills will be developed later as you progress through school. So, the solid foundation in oral language will help you become a successful reader and strong communicator. It also boosts your confidence and overall sense of well-being. Now, let's discuss what is analogy. What is the definition of analogy? An analogy is a term that means word relationship. It always contains two pairs of words. In other words, an analogy shows the similarities and relationships between pairs of words. So the example of this is through our activities earlier. So there are pairs of words there like bark, as to dog, and then meow as to blank. So, ibig sabihin, mayroong pair. Mayroon siyang parehas. Okay? So, alam naman natin na yung bark ay tahol. Tahol para sa aso at ang meow ay para sa pusa. Okay? So, let's continue. Analogy is a pair of terms that has common relationship. In most cases, you will not only determine the common relationship between each pair, but you will also have to identify which term makes up each pair. Usually, you are given two terms in the format A is to B, which could be read as A related to B. So, this is according to Barbacena. And according to Merriam-Webster, analogy is a comparison of two things based on their being alike in some way, and the act of comparing two things that are alike in some way. So, for example, is the A is to B or kitchen is to house. What is the relationship of kitchen to house? We know that kitchen and house are related since kitchen is part of the house. Did you get it? Okay, for example, I'll give you another example. Classroom is to school. Is classroom related to school? Yes, because classroom and the school are related since classroom is part of the school. Writers use analogy to connect unfamiliar words or new ideas with common objects. It functions as description or explanation of one thing by examining its similarities and differences and forces the reader to understand the connection between them. So, using this technique, vocabulary skills as well as speed in reading comprehension are enhanced. Now, let's go deeper regarding this subject matter about the analogy to show relationships of words. Let's discuss about the common types of relationships in analogy. So, let's discuss this one by one. Una is part to whole. A relationship in analogy in which one term is part of the other term. Part to whole is the words that have a part to whole relationship, show a piece or part of a larger thing and that thing. So meaning, kapag sinabi nating part of the other term or part to whole is the same with the example that I have given you earlier regarding the kitchen as to house. So pag sinabing part to whole, like kitchen and house, they are related because kitchen is part of the house. Did you get it? Okay, another example. Same example earlier, that is classroom as to school. Classroom and school are related since classroom is part of the school. Eyes is to face. Our eyes is related to our face. So, understood? So, part to whole. So, part to whole is one term is part of the other term. Okay? Again, part to whole is one term is part of the other term. Number 2 common type of relationship in analogy is cause and effect. Cause to effect and effect to cause. So this is a relationship in analogy in which one term is the result of the other. So the result, that is the effect. Words that have a cause to effect relationship show an event or happening and a resulting change or outcome or vice versa. Example is volcanic eruption. That is the cause, and the effect is earthquake. Another example is hungry is to eat. Hungry is the cause and the effect is eat. Number 3, person to situation. A relationship in analogy in which one term is the workplace of other. So remember this, one term is the workplace of the other. For example, teacher is to school. Anong sabi dito? Workplace. Saan nagtatrabaho si teacher? Diba si school? So teacher is to school. How about the doctor? Saan ang workplace ng doctor? So doctor is to, yes, hospital. So if teacher is to school, as to doctor is to hospital. Sales lady is to mall because the sales lady is working in the mall. Next, number 4 is the synonym. A relationship in analogy in which both terms have the same meaning. If we say synonym, these two terms or both terms, these two words have the same meaning. So, lagi niyong tatandaan kapag sinabing synonym, magkapareho yung salitang iyon. Halimbawa, for example, large is to huge. Ang large kasi ay malaki rin, ang huge ay malaki rin. So, they are or they have the same meaning. Another example is little and then is to small. Why? Kasi yung little ay maliit, ang small ay maliit din. So, they have the same meaning and they called as synonym. Okay. Next, number 5 is the antonym. A relationship in analogy in which the terms are opposite in meaning. Kung kanina ang synonym ay pareho, ang ibig sabihin, they have the same meaning, kabaliktaran sa antonym. Because the antonym, they have the opposite in meaning. The terms are opposite in meaning. For example, yung kanina, small, di ba, binanggit natin? Small, anong kabaliktaran ng small? The antonym of small is big. Oh, what else? Elegant. So, ang antonym ng elegant is unattractive. So, these words or these two terms are opposite in meaning. Thin is to fat. Payat at saka mataba. Okay, so those are antonym. Okay, number 6 common type of relationship in analogy is the geography. A relationship in analogy in which one of the terms can be situated in the other. For example, shopping mall. Nasaan ang shopping mall? Nasa city. Ibig sabihin, sa one of the terms can be situated in the other, saang lugar nakatayo ang establishment ng, for example, ay shopping mall. Saan? Di syempre, nasa city siya. So, geography ang tawag doon. Public school is to barangay. So, ibig sabihin, yung public school, nandoon siya sa barangay. So, yun ang tinatawag nilang geography. Number 7 is time. A relationship in analogy in which both terms speak of time element. For example, if you say morning is to evening, that is time. So, morning, syempre umaga, evening sa gabi. So, it indicates time. Morning is to evening. How about the today? Today is to now. So, ibig sabihin, time rin yun. Ngayon, or ngayong araw. Next, common types of relationship in analogy is the degree. Increasing or decreasing, and decreasing or increasing. These are the words that have a degree relationship, show an object or concept, and the increasing or decreasing value of that concept or idea. The example regarding this degree, increasing or decreasing, is that drizzle is to light rain. Ang drizzle means downpour or heavy rain. Ang ibig sabihin ng drizzle ay ang pagbuhos ng malakas na ulan. Pag sinabi mong light rain, ito ay ambon-ambon lamang. Okay, ano to? Is it increasing or decreasing? Ito ay decreasing. Bakit? Kasi yung una ay bumubuhos ang ulan, drizzle. Bumubuhos ang ulan is to light rain, tapos light rain ay umaambon na lang. So, decreasing. Mula doon sa heavy rain, naging ambon na lang. Kuha nyo? Pero pag binaliktad natin, light rain is to drizzle, ibig sabihin ambon lang, pagkatapos ay malakas na ulan, ito ay increasing. So, do you know now the difference between the increasing and decreasing? Sa color, halimbawa is brown is to beige. Ang brown, alam niyo yung kulay ng brown, di ba? Yung beige naman ay parang cream lang siya. Hindi siya brown, hindi rin siya puti. So, ang tawag dito ay decreasing. Ibig sabihin, brown ay medyo dark ang kulay. Darker siya compared mo siya sa beige. So, ang beige ay talagang mapusyaw sa brown. Hindi siya puti, hindi rin siya brown. Mapusyaw ang kulay niya. So, ang tawag dun ay decreasing. decreasing. How about the gray tapos is to black? Gray is to black. Gray, ano bang color ng gray? It's not black nor white. Gray. So, hindi siya black, hindi rin siya white. So, gray is to black. Ano naman ang black? Itim, di ba? So, ang gray is to black. Is it decreasing or increasing? Yes, it is increasing dahil mula sa mapusyaw ang kulay patungo sa sobrang tingkad ng kulay. Now that you know the types of relationships in analogy, try to answer this. So, direction, determine the type of relationship expressed in the pair of words given. Choose your answer from the box. Then write your answer in your paper. Okay. The answers in the box are this. Just choose one in every numbers. Part to whole, person to situation, antonym, synonym, geography, time, cause and effect, and decreasing, increasing, or increasing, decreasing. Number 1. Big is to small, as to full is to empty. What is the relationship? Ang malaki ay sa maliit at ang puno ay sa walang laman. Anong relasyon meron sila? Number 2, leaves is to tree, as to sand is to sea. Ang dahon daw ay para sa puno at ang buhangin ay para sa dagat. Anong relasyon meron sila? Is the relationship? Number 3, volcanic eruption is to earthquake, as to El Nino is to drought. Ano yun? Number 4, Luzon is to Manila, as to Mindanao is to Davao. What is the relationship? Number 5, year is to month, as to week is to day. What is the relationship? Number 6, huge is to big, as to narrow is to slim. What is the relationship? Number 7, pilot is to airplane, as to priest is to church. Number 8, page is to book, as to ink is to ballpen. Number 9, tired is to sleep, as to hungry is to eat. And number 10, teacher is to school, as to doctor is to hospital. Okay, let's try to answer 2 items here. So let's get the number 1. Big is to small, as to full is to empty. Ibig sabihin, malaki daw ay sa maliit at ang puno ay sa walang laman. Ano ang relationship nila? Sila ay baliktad, di ba? Magkabaliktad. Malaki tapos naging maliit, din puno at walang laman. So ito ay, is it antonym or synonym? Yes, this is antonym. Baliktad. Okay, so isa ulit. Kukuha ako ng isa. Ito. Number 8. Page is to book, as to ink is to ballpen. Anong relasyon nila? What is the relationship between these words? Yung page, yung pahina. Page daw is to book. So, ibig sabihin, ang page is part of the book. So, ibig sabihin, part to whole. Ink is to ballpen is part to whole. relationship. Okay, let's try this again. Complete the pair based on the type of relationship given. Part to whole. O, asan ditong part to whole? Branch. Branch is to blank. What is the part to whole ng branch is to blank? Forest, root, or tree? Number 2, cause and effect. Virus is to blank. COVID-19, diarrhea, typhoid fever. Ano to? Sa cause and effect ng virus. Alin doon? 3, person to situation. So, police. Ano yung police? Barracks, gasoline station, police station. Saan siya nag-work? Yun. Person to situation. Saan siya nag-work? Next, number 4 is time. New Year is to blank. O, saan yun? February, January, March. Next, number 5 is synonym. Smile is to blank. Joyful, sad, worried. Number 6, antonym. Ano ang antonym ng hardworking? Hardworking is to blank. Active, industrious, lazy. Makabaliktad ha, antonym. 7, geography. Durian is to blank. Saan matatagpo ng durian? Baguio, Cebu, Davao. Complete the analogy. Yung kanina is complete the pair based on the type of relationship given. Third is complete the analogy by providing the correct pair of word from the choices given. Write the answers in your paper. Number 1, dark is to night as to strong is to blank. A, fragile. B, powerful. C, weak. Sheet is to pad as to petal is to blank. Flower, shrub, tree. 3, coward is to brave as to loud is to blank. Calm, quiet, sharp. Happy is to laugh as to sad is to blank. A, cry. B, glad. And C, weep. Number 5, student is to school as to painter is to blank. A, art gallery. B, auditorium. C, gymnasium. Number 6, dawn is to morning as to twilight is to blank. A, dusk. B, sunrise. C, sunset. Number 7, Philippines is to Asia as to Italy is to blank. A, America. B, Australia. C, Europe. Number 8, plus is to add as to minus is to blank. A, divide. B, multiply. C, subtract. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and the questions and the activities that I gave you will be answered to the next video for the part 2.